The US National Guard has been deployed at the order of President Donald Trump following another day of escalating riots across Los Angeles.
This comes after a series of raids across the city leading to the arrests of 118 immigrants. The governor of the state, Gavin Newsom, has called the move inflammatory, with the White House saying it was a necessary step as tensions show no signs of easing.
For more, Mike Harrigan, former FBI agent, joins us live from the US. What did you make of these images coming out of Los Angeles?
Well, Nat, I think these images are disturbing. You know, it's always tough when you see civil unrest in the streets of the country based on something like this, which is the enforcement of our existing immigration laws. So, you know, when you look at that, you have to ask, why was the National Guard called in? Clearly, it points to a lack of confidence by federal law enforcement officials in the security and the authority of the local and state law enforcement agencies, their lack potentially of support. So they're looking here to protect themselves and their property as they go about their lawful exercise of enforcing our laws on immigration.
Mike, does it actually point to that, or does it just point to a heavy-handed approach here from the White House? I mean, we've heard from the Defence Secretary, and he's even now threatening to send in active personnel.
Yeah, you got to look at that and say, you know, the appearances, when you look at the, video of what happened yesterday, when you had ICE agents, leaving a scene where they made some arrests, and there were individuals there that appeared to be unimpeded by local law enforcement, throwing rocks at these vehicles and causing injuries to federal agents there. So I think what you're looking at here is that Los Angeles and California has had a long-standing sanctuary law in which they've pushed aside the federal enforcement of immigration laws. And now with the change of administration, now you have the federal government doing its job to enforce these laws. And Los Angeles has a very high level of illegal immigration there. A lot of illegal immigrants reside in Los Angeles, the city, and Los Angeles County. So this is just a natural, I believe, a consequence of years of not enforcing the immigration laws. And now the federal government is going ahead and trying to take these individuals into custody and remove them from the country.
Yeah, we know this was one of President Trump's main focuses in the campaign, and something that he probably won the election on. Do you think he's bringing the National Guard in to show the rest of the country this is how tough we are going to be, so don't start it anywhere else?
You know, I think it is a strong signal to the rest of the country that the federal immigration laws will be enforced, and that he expects that ICE agents, as they go about their business, are unimpeded in enforcing the law. So I think this, aside from the obvious security issues in Los Angeles, I think it does have an effect of deterring other cities as ICE goes about and enforces the law. So you're absolutely correct. It sends a strong message that the federal government is going to enforce these laws, and that they're not going to tolerate federal law enforcement officers being injured doing their jobs.
OK. Mike Harrigan, we thank you very much for your time today.